Now let's move ahead with the other part. If somebody decides, engineer or non-engineer, कि मुझे भी BA करना है, I wanted to kind of give us an idea that what sort of rules are there, right? What they need to do, because we know marketing का बंदा होगा तो वो क्या करेगा, finance का बंदा बैंक में हो, investment bank में हो तो वो क्या करेगा. So number one, what are the jobs available? That's level 1 job, which is like when they start right after their MBA from the B school. मेरे ख्याल से विवेकानंद में भी होगा. And वो designation wise फिर बच्चे आगे कैसे जा सकते हैं, 10 years down the line उनका क्या designation हो सकता है, and what sort of companies are hiring BA students right now, मतलब those who have done the business analytics, and pay packages क्या होते हैं इस profile के लिए.
See, currently, because this is a relatively new field, and the recruitment is happening across all industries. That means it's not that only the analytics startups are recruiting. The recruitment is happening by angel broking, which is a stock broking company. It's happening by an HR analytics firm. It is happening by FMCG companies. It is happening from banks and so on and so forth. Now the thing is, because this is a relatively new field, the designations, the responsibilities is very fluid, in the sense that if you ask me today that if somebody joins TCS, what is the progression? So I would say that assistant systems engineer trainee is your first position. Then after 1 year, that trainee tag goes away and you become assistant system engineer. Then after 2 years, assistant tag goes away, you become systems engineer. Now, this profile is there in IT because it's a 30-year-old mature industry.
Yes, sir.
The same is the case with finance. The same is the case with marketing. But today, when an FMCG company recruits you, let us say you are recruited by Dabur. Now, when Dabur recruits you, Dabur itself has a very fluid department right now, which is called data science, which is called, let's say there is a CDO, Chief Data Officer, and he is mentoring that department. So your designation may be data scientist or assistant data scientist or assistant data manager. There is no sacrosanctness right now to that. Different companies have different titles. Okay. If you look at something like Amazon, Flipkart, even they are recruiting in huge numbers because they use huge amount of data.
Right, sir.
So in terms of starting pay packages, they differ from something like 4 lakhs to 12 lakhs. And the designation differs from, let us say, data scientist to assistant manager data to junior manager data. They vary from company to company.
Okay.
So that is how the progression is. Now what happens is that after 5 years, let's say if you're looking at a job like after 5 years, if you'll be having a pay package of around 15 lakhs to 18 lakhs.
Okay.
And if you compare this with, let's say, other streams, then relatively they get lesser pay packages. And the reason for that is the economic law of demand and supply.
Exactly.
That the data that is getting generated is in huge numbers. Okay. But if you look at the number of graduates in analytics, it's still very less. Like you did from IIM Ahmedabad, executive MBA. But even in IIM Ahmedabad, the analytics batch is a smaller batch as compared to finance, marketing, HR.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Even today, even after so much awareness, the supply is still less and the demand is huge.
Got
the
it.
demand is
Got
huge
it.
because so many apps we are using, so much of data we are generating on Facebook, on Instagram, and these companies don't know where to keep the data. I mean, forget using it. Even storing the data is becoming a huge problem because
True.
the amount of data per minute is like in gigabytes. So what
Yes,
to
sir.
do?
Yes, sir.
So probably we can give a clear career path after 10 years or after 5 years when we have seen a large number of people joining data science field or analytics field in a systematic manner. And when companies also, I'll give an example. One of our alumni joined in a company called Tata Chemical. So they
Okay.
make Tata salt and those kind of products. And when he joined, Tata Chemicals told him that they gave him different managerial questions. So they said, we are launching a premium Tata salt brand. So can you tell us, using data, how will that cannibalize our existing data salt brand? Now, this is the open-ended question. I mean, you are a data expert, so using all the data that we have, answer this question. So even companies right now are kind of struggling with coming out with clear responsibilities for this role in some areas.
Right.
But that is the beauty of this particular domain, I would say.
Cool. Last question for the day, sir. Do you believe doing an MBA, let's say in operations, or doing MBA exclusively in business analytics will help? Or if there is anything, you can advise, like, sort of profile building ke level pe, agar koi non-engineer hai, what sort of courses students should do now to kind of get an exposure towards business analytics? And I'm very sure, I think I've heard that Vivekananda also undertakes a lot of courses. There's a lot of certifications that are going around for a year or two years ka time. So any courses that you can suggest to the students?
Yes. See, I mean, in the interview, I might be sounding like a marketing guy. When they promote a particular product, they only talk about ye dekho, ye aisa product hai, isko use karna band ho jayenge, and things like that. So let me be very practical. Okay, don't choose analytics just because I am telling you to choose analytics, or don't choose analytics because my friend is taking analytics.
That's right, sir.
So in the first trimester or in the first year, you will get an exposure to all the fields of management. And after that, you can take a conscious decision. In VBS, we also have a mentor program where we have a faculty as a mentor to 10 students. And the faculty discusses with the students what is the growth path. We have a MBTI assessment where we actually assess the personality of each student, and we tell which kind of roles are suitable for that student. Okay, sir. Now coming to your question, operations is good or analytics is good? Now the answer to that is that, tell me today that is it okay if somebody does not know Excel, Microsoft Excel? Is it a good idea? The answer is
no.
no.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. See, Excel is different from PowerPoint and Word, because Word and PowerPoint are very non-technical products. Whereas Excel is very technical. It has formulae, it has linkages of cells and things like that.
True, sir.
Even if you are an HR manager, and even if you say I hate technology, you still have to work in Excel sheet. The same applies to analytics.
True.
Because
Got
today
it.
every company has data, and if you say I'm HR manager, I don't like analytics, I will not work. It will not work. You will have to have a basic knowledge of R programming or Python or these programming languages.
Right.
So what we do at BBS is that if you want to do operations, great, go ahead with that. But we offer you operations analytics program. In the sense,
Fantastic.
You do operations, and during the second year, you have electives which will give you operations analytics. You can do marketing, and you can do marketing analytics. You can choose finance, and you can do finance analytics. So if you are confused that, oh, I want to do finance, but because sir is saying I'm confused whether I should take analytics. So my response to this, if you are keen on finance, if your whole generations has been in finance, stick to finance, but do finance plus analytics.
Yes.
So that when a bank comes for recruitment in the campus and they ask you what is standard deviation, or do you know any programming language, or have you done any certificate course in programming, then you have something to show them.
Absolutely, yes.
So you show them your finance skills and you show them your analytics skills.
Perfect.
So your hunger of finance is satisfied, but at the same time, you also are exposed to the analytics side.
Perfect. Thanks a billion, sir, for joining me today, and having this opportunity to kind of interact with you. I had a great time. And मेरे ख्याल से जो 3-4 questions मैंने आपको पूछे बहुत subtle level में, and बहुत ही मतलब, I mean, like, you were not diplomatic, but you were very straightforward and very practical. So I loved that approach of yours, and I hope those who are going to watch this video would love it. So Manish sir, thank you so very much for coming in today. Sir. Love talking to you, sir. Hope to see you one more time to have some sessions, or probably some brainstorming sessions on business analytics. And if you guys are joining Vivekanand by any chance, you will be trained by sir itself. So it's going to be a great thing. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, sir.